Ever look at a job rejection and think, how am I not qualified for this? I literally do this job already. You're not crazy, you're just playing a job search game that has changed. In 2026, AI bots can apply to hundreds of jobs in seconds. Recruiters are flooded and the qualified pile is massive, so even great candidates end up invisible. And applying more isn't fixing it, visibility does. Today, I'm going to show you how people actually get hired in 2026 using LinkedIn in a way almost nobody talks about. And this works even if you love your job because the best opportunities don't wait until you're desperate. Recruiters aren't ignoring you, they are overloaded. And when systems break, humans go human. They hire people they recognize, people someone vouches for, and people they've seen around professionally, not just names in a stack. This is what people call the hidden job market. Hiring conversations start before postings go live. Team growth talk happens. Internal referrals happen. Those quick, hey, you know someone who, XYZ messages happen. So instead of mass applying, let's get strategic. Here's a shift. Stop chasing job posts and start showing up where decisions happen. Step one is to pick 15 companies you would genuinely be excited to work for. Not 200 random listings, not a spray and pray, but intentional targets. Step two is to map the team. You can see I have opened up my LinkedIn here and I have already typed in the search bar the name of the company I'd like to work for, which is Kimberly-Clark, and they brought me to their homepage. Now a lot of individuals will go right to the jobs tab. However, when we're thinking about the hidden job market, we're thinking about jobs that maybe are still in the works, haven't even been posted yet, or just trying to figure out how do we network and get to those decision makers quickly. When we're thinking about the hidden job market, honestly, it's nothing more than really targeted advanced networking skills. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and we are going to click on the People tab here. And once we do that, LinkedIn will bring up every single profile they have of someone who listed that they work at Kimberly-Clark. And the really cool thing I want to show you guys here, there's this people you may know section. So what LinkedIn does is it will bring up people who work at Kimberly-Clark who are connected to someone who is already in your network. This gives you a really nice opportunity to look at who are those people in your network that already have connections at Kimberly-Clark and see if that person is willing to do a warm handoff for you. Then what you can do next is you go over here and you look at this What They Do tab, and then you search by the department you're hoping to work for. So let's say I want to work for the marketing department. So now it's just going to bring up people working in the marketing department. Let's say I want to work in Chicago. So now I want to filter it out by the greater Chicago area. If you don't want to work somewhere where they already have this listed, you can go ahead and type right in the search bar where it is you want to work. So now there's 213 associates. So this is what I mean by mapping out the teams. I'm only going to bring it up to here to protect people's identity. But again, it will organize this first by people you know. This will give you everyone who works in the marketing department in the greater Chicago area who has a LinkedIn profile, and they'll have their job title listed as well. So once you do that, this is how you start mapping the team. You can look at who are the directors, who are those managers, who are the folks who are in the role you would like to do. And then you go ahead and you start making connections that way. And I always tell people, it is nice to make connections with the individual who's in the role you already have. They're going to be less busy. They're going to have more time to talk to you, and you might have something to relate on. You can also then go ahead and look for those mid-managers or those leaders and start making connections. Once you find the right people, this is where most job seekers freeze. You don't need a pinch and you don't need to ask for a job. Just show up like a peer. For example, if they posted something interesting, you might say, "This was such a good take on how you're streamlining onboarding for new hires. I've been running into the same thing on the operations side lately, trying to get people up to speed quickly without overwhelming them. Thanks so much for sharing this." It's simple, specific, and human. If they're on your target team, you could say, "I've been keeping an eye on what your team's been doing with expanding into new markets. The way you're approaching cross-functional collaboration is really smart. I work in project management, so it's always interesting seeing how other teams tackle similar challenges. You're signaling alignment, not asking for anything." If you found them through a hiring post, you could say something like, "Saw your post about the team growing, and that sounds very exciting. I'm in HR operations and love seeing teams invest in building out strong processes early. Wishing you a really smooth hiring process." Supportive, professional, and memorable. Notice what you're not doing. You're not asking for a job, you're not pushing your resume, and you're not making it awkward. You're simply entering the professional space as someone relevant and thoughtful. That's how you stay top of mind. And here's the soft referral move. After you've connected and built a little familiarity, you might say something like, "I've really enjoyed following the work your team's been doing around process optimization. A lot of my recent focus has been on workflow efficiencies and reducing manual work across teams. So it's a space I care about. Always happy to compare notes if it's useful." There's no ask and no pressure, but now they clearly understand what you do, where you focus, and the value that you could bring them. So when the opportunities come up, you're an easy person to mention. Most people network when they're panicking, but that's backwards. Do this while things are good. When you like your job, when your confidence is solid, when you're not stress applying everywhere at midnight. Visibility compounds over time. Layoffs happen, reorgs happen, dream offers happen. Future you deserves better options. And if this changed how you think about job searching, your next step is making sure that when people find you, you actually look like the person they want to hire. That's exactly what my Get Seen series walks you through. I'll link it below along with my Get Seen guide. Follow me here for more career advice you may have never heard about, and your career bestie has got you, so you can go out there and go get them.